Hiya, how are we doing? Something old, traditional and something new today. Old Gillette Rocket, 1949. There we go. So a twist to open, non-adjustable razor, made in England, retailed in Canada and repatriated by me a few years ago. It's a razor I really enjoy using. There's no date codes on the English ones, so you have to do a bit of research. So there's the head there, and the blade today. We're going for a Polsilver stainless, which is going to be its 6th shave. 6th shave, Christ. How many shavers on YouTube do 6 shaves with one blade? So there we go. There's no quarter turns or anything. A little bit of overhang on the edges to watch out for, and we'll get that in some warm water and give it a soak. The soap, traditional, Martin de Candre. You can't get much more traditional. I wanted to use a hard soap today, and I don't mean like I'll see you in the car park in 10 minutes hard. So there we go. This is in the old glass jars as opposed to the new plastic jars. This is natural, so it's scentless. Yes, de Candre is expensive to buy, but I'm the second user on this one and it's had a bit of hammer. But as you can see, there's not much of a dent in it. There's the ingredients on the soap there, as you'll see, not many. And just to give me a head start with the de Candre, I'm going to bloom it. Take him outside and shoot him. So I've got a teaspoon of water just sitting on top of the soap there while we discuss new technology. I was going to do a video last week regarding the next item, but I got a bit excited and I forgot. So this is the item here. I don't know if you can see the handle there. It's a 3D print. The design is done by Steve Tinter of Alpha Shaving. I had these commercially printed. I had 5 printed and they all went through the Telegram group for the chat. So if you want a reason to join Telegram, there may be another batch coming in the future, but they won't be as cheap as these were. It's a 3D print. It's a 26mm Silksmoke knot in it, set at about a 52mm loft. So I wanted to keep it with a little bit of backbone, and yeah, we'll crack on and get loaded up. So 1 teaspoon of water, Martin de Candre. Sunday afternoon. The Ryder Cup massacre hasn't started yet. Europe have played crap. Some of them, a small handful of them, have played half decent. A lot of the old guard and some of the more higher profile players have been very poor, to say the least. It appears we have a side that hasn't got much form, unlike the Americans who've nailed it. They really have. So I'm just going to basically dip the tips down about here. There we go. It's wet but not dripping, and we'll get into the Martin de Candre for 15 seconds or so. Yes, you can do 10 swirls on the puck and get a shave out of Martin de Candre. However, 15-20 seconds is more than enough. So that's about 20 seconds there. So it doesn't look like there's much, but there should be more than enough. As I say, this is natural, scentless, because we've got a EDP to show later on. So the brush, as I say, the design was by Steve Tinter. The files are on the internet, go find them. They're on Thingiverse. I will leave a link in the description below. If you have a 3D printer, be warned. One of the forums I'm on, I had to make shaving bowls and stuff like that. He's tried to print 4 times. He's been unsuccessful. It's failed every time. And as I say, I had these commercially printed by a company in London, which took about 3 weeks. I could have, with hindsight, I could have easily doubled or tripled the order. I only ordered 5, and I had a discount code as a new user. I could have ordered 10, 15 or 20 and probably got rid of them quite easily. It's a very light handle, light brush. Total weight, including the knot, is 66 grams. So it doesn't weigh a lot. As an example, Chubby 2, or the Simpson's Simfix, which is a Chubby 2 handle with a Sinbad knot in. That's half an ounce heavier, 81 grams that comes in that as opposed to 66. I have had one test lather and a head shave with the brush so far, and the test lather I was mightily impressed with, and the head shave I was very happy with. The company I used was, I think it was 3D Print UK, cheapest I found in the UK. All the brushes came in within half a gram of each other on the scales, weight wise, when they arrived on the handles. So good consistency in the print and the production. And then it was just waiting for the knots to arrive from Candre, from AP Shave Co. Andrew's pretty good, gets the knots out. Then it was just a case of sitting down, working up the lofts that I wanted, or the loft that I wanted, because they're all the same, and getting them all glued together. If you're looking at making knotting a brush, there'll be a link up here as to a re-knotting video I did, if I remember. If not, it'll be in the description box below. How's your week been? Mine's been quite good. We finished decorating the bedroom. Apparently that's my list complete. Of course I believe it. So as you can see, it's not it hasn't got a huge splay. But it's got more than enough, and it works very well, in my opinion. So modern technology meets traditional wet shaving. Interesting concept. One I had, I think I first came across the file on Thingiverse over a year ago, and then it was just a case of, because there's a minimum price order when you order the prints, I think it's £40. Obviously you need a number of brushes, And there was no way I was going to use 5 brushes. Gillette Rocket 1949 with a Polsilver stainless. Well, it's 6 use, so there was no way I was going to use 5 or 6 brushes. So when I floated the idea to the lads in the Telegram group as a concept, I made no money at all from the production run. Everything was sold at cost with full breakdowns that were given to people and shipped out. The only limiting factor is the number of colours available for depending on which printer you use. I think on this one, this was shot blasted for like a texture on the handle, which gives it the grip, or a bit extra grip. You could have it polished or tumbled, I think. So the various, obviously, whatever option you want, you pay extra for it. It's an extra step in their processing, isn't it? But with 3D printers becoming more and more prevalent, common, the print services certainly are. It's a concept that could work. If you look on Thingiverse, you'll see not only brushes, you'll see razors, 3D printed razors. I've seen a few in shaves of the day. Well, obviously it's once you have the printer, it's a relatively low cost production technique. Design something, print it, if it doesn't work, amend it. So YouTube, in the comments below, give me 2 channels that have nothing to do with shaving that you watch regularly or subscribe to, just to see what people watch outside of freaks shaving the face on YouTube. I'll give you 2. One is a channel called Hand Tool Rescue. I like his sense of humour. As a craftsman, his work is second to none. If you haven't seen any of his stuff, swing by and have a look. If you like watching old machinery being fixed, restored, it's a cracking channel. Another channel I'm going to give you is a Swede, Torbjorn Allman, who's a blacksmith. He's got a house, he's got his forge workshop in the back garden, he's got his joinery workshop in the back garden, and as a blacksmith, he doesn't do a commentary, neither does Hand Tool Rescue. You just watch and some of the stuff Torbjorn Allman has made is absolutely fantastic when you see where it's come from and how it finishes. So give us 2 channels in the comments that you watch or subscribe to. As you can see, Martin de Candre and this brush combination work nicely together. So hard soaps, tick, and that's what it looks like. It's a lovely lather. Next video I'll use something a bit softer. Same brush but a softer soap. We'll use one of the modern Cropes. Razor blade combination, fantastic. Like I said many times, the Gillette engineers knew what they were doing when they made these. By modern standards, middle of the road razor, it's not going to bite you. It's certainly audible. I did have a 28mm Silksmoke. It was too big, in my opinion, so that's why I opted for a 26mm for this brush and lowered the loft a little bit so it's not quite as splayy, but there's still more than enough splay with the tips, and I suppose the questions regarding the 3D print is, well, how tough is it? That's a PLA plastic. I'm not going to do a drop test to find out. Same way as I wouldn't do a drop test on any of my resin brushes, as they're liable to crack. But I'll be more than happy to use that as a daily brush. quick feel around. Away misses. Should be so lucky. No, that's a reach around, isn't it? Plenty of slickness from Candre. That is one damn fine shave. So there we go. The nut stayed in, so it was a bonus. And that lather is pretty good. So I'm going to have a face wash and then we'll come back for the post shave. Yeah. That was one really enjoyable shave. The real drawback to Martin de Candre, I would say, is it's not the cleanest of soaps because it's based on coconut oil. So you get a fair bit of scum in the sink. So if you don't like sink scum, it might not be for you. Apart from the price, which is the thing everybody always, it's too expensive. Aye. You might get a year and a half out of that. At least a year shaving every day. However, right, onwards and forwards. Keeping things fairly tone free with some Boots facial toner, which is cucumber. A few drops of that. Now this is the part of the shave I always go. So, is it moisturiser or is it smelly stuff? First, second, first, second. If I'm going out, I'll probably go that to help close everything off, then that, and then I'll reapply that before I went. However, I'm staying in. And this, came across this last week. Pascal Morabito Noir. There's a winter scent, cracking. Amber, oud, wood, bit of smoke, bit of leather. UK price, less than £12. Delivered. 100ml EDP. Okay, it's not going to last 8-9 hours on the skin. About 4 for me. It may last longer for you. If you don't like screaming like a banshee, if you hold your hand out and you spray half a dozen sprays into your hand, apply it, some of the alcohol evaporates before it gets to the skin, so you don't cry like a child. Yeah, there's some alcohol in there. I'm not going to bother with a moisturiser. So yeah, if you're looking for a winter scent for the upcoming winter, that doesn't break the bank. It's unisex as well, so you can use that as an excuse with your good lady as a reason to buy it. Well, you can use it, pet. And of course she'll believe you. Right, so today we used Martin de Candre Natural. As a soap. As a razor we used this bad boy, Gillette Rocket from 1949. Made in England, retailed in Canada. There's the box for it. a razor that has never disappointed. It just works fantastic. The blade, Polsilver stainless on its 6th use. 6 shaves on one blade. Probably get some more of it as well yet before it's finished. And for me, the purpose of this video was for this thing. Alpha shaving, I'm calling it the Barbell brush. 3D print, extremely ergonomic. It's got a 26mm Silksmoke knot in it. Yeah, I don't know if you can make out the texture on the handle, but yeah, extremely ergonomic, very comfortable to use, and as a concept to production, I would say it's a success for 3D printing and traditional wet shaving. That's it folks, we're done. If you have any comments regarding the shave, name a couple of YouTube channels that you follow. If you're a subscriber called Greenbag, you're banned because you're a dick. That's it, we're done. Oh, actually, you weren't a subscriber, were you? You just like leaving trolling comments and then deleting them. Right, that's it folks, we're done. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.